Greetings, Professor. So today we're going to be learning about quick learning application. This is the beginning of new semester, but the same project. So the agenda of this presentation is going to be, we're going to go through the feedback, accountabilities, project description, team working agreement, persona, MVP, technologies, algorithm, diagrams, the sprint that we have already done. We're going to do a recap of that, sprint backlog, product backlog, user stories, and finally the app demo. So these three are the software developer, Amit Bhayal, Ankush Kurhani, Genius Machado, Sharan Yadave, Shravani Ita, and Usha. They are the software developer as well as the database administrator, business analyst, and the software testers. So from the previous sprint, we have made certain improvement based on the feedback that we have received. Firstly, the story points were not assigned to the task and they did not have a priority column, which created a confusion as in understanding which task was to be prioritized was confusing. So we have rectified that. Sprint backlog was renamed based on the feedback that we received to the current sprint backlog for better understanding. Appropriate scenarios were added to the user stories. Earlier, the scenarios were not as appropriate based on the feedback we received, so we have changed that. Committed work was removed from the team velocity chart. Last time, we received the feedback that committed work should not be the part of team velocity chart, so we have rectified that. And we have redefined the retrospective and removed the action items from the retrospective and added it to the next slide. So project description, quick learning application is going to be a web-based application, which is going to help us plan, implement, and assess a specific learning process. With the help of quick learning application or it gives the instructor a platform to create, deliver the content, and manage the registration and enrollment of the students. It also provides students an easy way to access their course material, assignments, and assessments. The main goal that we are trying to achieve with the help of quick learning application is to automate and streamline the administrative process while making the delivery of educational content easy to the students. This is the team working agreement that we have drawn up. Personas is going to be explained by Genius. Thank you.
Hi there. Hello, everybody. My name is Genius, and I shall walk you through the personas. So, well, the very first one is Mira, and she is the administrator / principal of the organization or the institution, educational institution, Quick Learning Management System. So she has the administrator privileges, rights, and access, and she's on top of the level. Well, the next person is Roger. He is an instructor / teacher / professor, and well, he can add courses, delete them, and his duties are like grading students, examinations, delivering content on time, and taking attendance, and making sure everything is right on path, and everybody's doing great in their academics. And at the end of the semester and at the end of the academic year, he has to generate a final year grade report. So yeah, that's Roger, the instructor. The next one is Allison, and she is a I would say like a student, and she's using the application, and she's an end user, and she's taking classes. Well, she has goals and ambitions, and she's trying to prove herself and achieve her goals and success through our quick learning application, quick learning management system. So yeah, that was Allison. She's a student. She has when she logs in, what she gets to see is that she looks at all these courses, subjects that she has enrolled in, and her active participation in all of the curriculum. So the next person we have is Tom, is another fellow mate like the previous person, Allison, and he's also a student. He's taking classes, and yeah, he has some similar kind of rights and user restrictions. So those were the four personas. Let me brief you once again. We had Mira, the administrator / principal. The next one was Roger, the instructor. And the third person was Allison, the student. Fourth and last, Tom. So that's all for the personas. I'll see you once again and explain you the charts like team velocity charts, burndown charts, and committed completion ratios. So thank you.
Hello, I'm Amit, and I'll be explaining our MVP, minimal viable product. We have done basic functionalities in our past sprints like sign up, login, homepage, instructor page, course and dashboard, and logout. But this sprint, we have optimized our code to make the site load faster and use less data. We have also added major upgrades to admin dashboard like additional language support and graphical interface to change website settings. That's all for now. Next slide will be presented by Sharmin. Thank you.
Hi everyone, this is Sharanya and I'm going to tell you about the technologies we are going to use for this project. For the database, we are going to use MySQL and MongoDB. For backend, it's Java and PHP. For frontend, we are going to use React.js, HTML, and CSS. For the communication purpose, we are going to use Slack. The repository we are going to use is GitHub. And for the project tracking, we are using Jira. For the deployments, we are using Apache and XAMPP. And for the code editor, we are going to use Visual Studio. The algorithm that we are going to use for the system is breadth first searching. We have used breadth first searching because the faculty members and the students can easily search for their courses. That is why BFS is the best choice. The conceptual architecture diagram has 3 layers. Adaptive e-learning portal and learning style acquisition is the first section. The middle section includes learning repository, user classification manager, and interface component manager. It is also called as adaptive user interface layer. And the third layer is database or content layer, which includes administrative activities, adaptive content manager, and e-learning content repository. The context diagram, the modules are faculty's admin and the reviewer. And the facilities which are given to them are course allotment and user and resource handling. And they conduct tests, and the faculties, they can create their own lessons and course. And the students can also enroll for the courses and see their results and tests, everything. This is the ER diagram. The entities are account, support, instructor, learner, course, content, certificate, quiz, and the feedback and the quizzes subsystem. The sequence diagram includes config exercise and solving of exercise and evaluation result between teacher and student. This is the state diagram. It starts where the system is first is idle, then student login, then verifying username and password. If it is not valid, then it will check the validity, and again it will go for verifying username and password, and or else it will search for the username and password. And if the username and password is valid, it will be logged in the system successfully. And then they will be able to search the course category, and the enrolling for the courses will be successful, and then they will be able to log out the system. The class diagram includes the tables like study, material, user, login, student, teacher, notices, and course. The application modeling will be done by Usha. Thank you.
So today I'm discussing about the application modeling, which is nothing but like when the customer is started using our application, then he used to be login if he was a past user. Like if he was the new user, then he used to create an account so that we'll store the credentials in our database by encrypting the password, and then we makes him login into our application. Then based on the role, whether he was admin, professor or student, then we used to show like few things which were related to that particular role. So if the admin logins, then he was able to see what are the departments he have, what are the courses under the departments he like the organization had, and how many professor are teaching for that particular course and students list, and also maintaining and monitoring the professors and students profile. And there will be communication channels to convey which some events held by the organization to the students and professors. Maintaining and monitoring courses content up to date, so that the students are it makes more interesting to the student to learn that particular course. Looking into the accounts such as like for students, uh, course payment details, and also for professors like payroll. Coming to the professor, like when she logins into the application, then they are able to see upcoming schedules what they had and list of courses. Does they need to attend any kind of live classes, uploading course related contents, uploading assignments, quizzes or exams um for the students, and giving marks and feedbacks for that assignment, quizzes and exams, monitoring the students progress if any student's progress is not good, so that they can conduct the study hours, special classes, communication channels. And also when the students log in into our application, then he was able to see the list of courses and weekly schedule that he had, and personal profile, upload assignments, write exams and submit quizzes, how much marks he got in that for that exams, assignments and quizzes, and achievements he gained, workshops and badges, any certifications if he had, downloads and important or saved materials, so that he can refer whenever he was going for a job, or whenever he was offline he can just go through that. Communication channels and course payment details. And this is our software development cycle, where we have created a stage and production instance. So in the first step, we are designing a DB, and later we connect the DB to a backend APIs using Node.js. So we retrieve the data and convert them into we pass the data to the front-end team in a JSON format, so that they can integrate that. So after the developing APIs was done, then we push that into stage environment, and then front-end team will integrate the backend APIs as well as the user interface, and then the latest changes that we are done in the front end, they deploy it in the stage environment, and then we give it for testing, so that if there are no bugs, then we give it to the production deployment. Otherwise, we keep on checking from the start from our DB, so that where the bug was arising, and we can fix that. And this is our sprint 4 recap. So what we have done in the last sprint, we have developed a wish list for the students, so that they can save the courses and they can take the courses whenever they are needed. And they can also, student, professor and admin can send the messages, which is communication channel. We have developed that. And top 10 courses in the market and the guest profile. This is our project recap, which is nothing but from the start what are the functionalities that we have developed until now, which is sign up, login, log out, and create my account, update my account, forgot password, add course, list course, delete course, course details, and course wish list, messages, and top 10 courses and guest profile. This is our product backlog. So whatever is medium that we are going to develop in our next sprint, so whatever is in the high priority that we already done in the current sprint, so faster loading pages, like content in my content that I want in my language, I can change that. And also we have changed the admin setting system so that they can upload whenever their organization website is changed, they can update in the settings. Also here we have few tasks that are like need to encrypt the password like when we are storing into the database, so that there will not be any hacking issues. So also we need to for the student we need to take the payments and we need to process that, so that we have to develop in our application. That functionality we have to develop in our application. As a user, I want to see the notifications so that they'll be knowing the latest updates. Also checking grades, materials uploading, and viewing materials and downloading materials. Also uploading assignments, submit assignments, and those kind of things that we are planning in our future, like to develop in the future. And this will be explained by the Ankush. Thank you.
So this is the Sprint 5 backlog that we have with us. In this sprint, we have covered 3 user stories, which are in front of us. Firstly, faster loading pages so that the user does not have to wait for the next page to load. Secondly, we have given a feature using which the user can translate the whole web page in their language, which makes it easier for them to understand it. Third, we have made some changes to the admin dashboard. So one of the changes that we have done is when the admin walks into the system setting, he is able to change the name of the website. These are the user stories that we have covered in this sprint. The 3 user stories are, firstly, the web pages are being loaded quicker, faster. Secondly, the language, the user can review the website in their own language, making it easier for them to understand. Thirdly, the admin, when he goes into system settings, he's able to name the change of the website. The next slide is going to be explained by Shavni. Thank you.
Today I'm going to tell about the test cases. Each user story has a user ID and the test case has a test ID, and this is a bit of description about this user story. We have worked on is a faster loading of the pages. If the user is logged in as an admin or the student or the professor with the valid credentials, he should be able to load the pages faster. So this is about the test cases regarding this, and this is the changing the language settings. Only if the user is logged in as an admin with his valid credentials, so he should be able, if he goes into the settings and then language settings, he should be able to change the language. And if the user is logged in as a student or the professor, he should not be allowed to change the language. This is about the test case about this user story too. And this is about the changing the website name. So if the user is logged in as an admin with valid credentials, he should be, if he goes into the settings and then website settings, he should be able to change the website name and the banners of the website, etc. And if he is logged in as the student, then he should not be able, student or the professor, then he should not be able to change the settings. So this is all about the test cases. The stories completed and not completed in this sprint are shown below. This is the user story ID and the faster loading of the pages, and the story points is 1 and it is completed, and the user should be able to change the language in the web page. So the story points are 5 and this is also completed, and the user should be able to change the system settings, he can be able to change the website name and banner. So this is the story point 8 and this is also completed. This is all about the stories completed and not completed.
So welcome back, and let's see the team velocity chart. Well, we have expected and committed bar graphs over here, and in the comparison, we can see we were able to the team, everybody in the team has strive for betterment and always try to match up with the levels. And we started with sprint one, the graph gradually went up, and we started to keep up with the consistency. And sprint 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Everybody's been regular so far, so far so good. And that was the team velocity chart of the 5 sprints, right from the capstone project 1 and capstone project 2. But now let's take a look at the historical velocity chart where we have the average as well. So the last section over here, it shows the average, which is quite consistent and pretty good, in my opinion. This is the Burndown Chart. We started with 14. The y-axis over here shows the user story points of sprints, and even the previous graphs over here, the y-axis represents like the user stories. Over here, we started with 14. Say like user points and user stories. That went all the way down to February 7th. That is until the date today, and yeah, we started all the way back from Jan 24. So that has been for the semester, like not a lot of days, but yeah, just 2 weeks in, and we're doing great. So we have the last thing left, which is committed against completed ratio, 100% sure. And yeah, over here we have this user stories, and we try to match up every time, and it was good. So completed committed ratio 100%, 100%. There you have the data. That's good. Thank you.
So now I'm going to discuss about the retrospect, what went well, what needs improvements, and what did not go well. So firstly, I'm going to discuss about what went well. We improved the team productivity, and we all are excited to work as a team and looking forward to face the new challenges and in this project, and better communication among our team members. We are trying to we have understood each other in a better way, and we are able to anticipate the future problems from now and trying to resolve it. And the time management is efficient, and all our team members knew what they have to do it, and they have done it on time. And the product backlog items have been prioritized, and they are worked accordingly. And what did not go well, like we haven't reached our testing goals, and so they were arising the bugs, and changing the user stories in the last moment of the sprint is not advisable. And then unexpected bugs rise during the because the unique testing was not proper, and it took way longer time to complete the user stories. And our we have to we have to work on the estimating the story points, and depending upon the story size, we have to analyze the accurate ways to estimate the story points. And what needs improvements is better at estimating, which we were not good at. And user testing has to be done in a better way, so that the unexpected bugs cannot be occurred. And the user who is person who is working on the user story should have a clear understanding on it, and set a time aside in each sprint for the knowledge sharing, and the time management should be efficient. And then these are the stories planned and committed for the sprint 6. So needs to encrypt the password while storing in the database, and this is about the user story. And this is like when the user wants to make the payment, so he needs to see the list of, he can join the class and able to see the class and courses which he wants to learn. And this is a user story which he wants to get the notifications and updates on the class courses he is. And as a professor, he should be able to upload the materials to the course, and so that the user can students can revise and everything that is taught in the class. And this is about the user story where he's logged in as a student, and should be able to see the materials that the professor is given in that course. And This user story is about downloading the materials which the professor has given in the course, and if it is offline too, he will be able to have an access to the courses. And then next will be continued by Amit.
Hello again, I'm Amit and I'll be explaining Slides app screenshot. This is our homepage for quick learning, and this is the instructor page. Whole website code has been revamped so that all the pages could load faster. We have added the GUI for basic site settings where admin can change multiple settings like banner title, banner subtitle, about us, terms and conditions, and etc. And we have also added additional language support. We have only added one language for now, but more language will be added too. So this is our Wiki page link, and thank you for watching and happy learning.